my question to you, preparation with fight training and everything like that, how do you feel when your opponent gets pulled at the last moment?
It's a real gutting feeling. You know, you've been working hard. For me especially, I've been, on and off trying to find opponents, getting maybes, oh, this guy doesn't want to fight you. And finally, to land an opponent, train hard, diet, and especially on the day of weigh-ins to find out that he pulled out for an injury, it's really gutting. But you just have to move forward, and luckily I was able to find another opportunity. But it was hard. Luckily, I had my teammate David there to. We just cut the weight anyways. I helped him prepare for his professional debut, and was able to keep my mind off it until the day of the fight. And then that's when it really hit me: the disappointment, the frustration. But I persevered. It's hard, but you just have to persevere in this sport.
So do you go back to the drawing board with that training, or you just stick to what you were doing before, like with another opponent coming up? How do you do that? Where does your mind go from there?
For this fight, I'm just sticking to the same game plan my coaches have laid out for me. This guy is different from my last opponent, but still has some similarities to where I don't need to vary too much, and it's such a quick turnaround. Anything that I tried to learn would be hard to implement into a fight. So I'm just going to go out there and trust in my coaches and what they've already prepared me to do, and I'm more than confident.
And let us know, it's, you're going to be on Leleo Code August 7th. Have you seen your opponent, or does it really matter kind of thing? Well, for that.
I've seen him once. He's fought a very good friend and teammate of mine, Mark Juarez, and he, don't mean to disparage him in any way, but he seems very wild, not the most technical of fighters. Bit of a street brawler, but he does obviously know a little bit. He seems to have an okay understanding of jiu-jitsu. But for me, as a purple belt, as a ground fighter, just that's my bread and butter, I don't foresee him being able to give me so much of an issue that it would be hard for me. But he's still a tough guy, so I'm not going to underestimate him by any means.
Are you psyched for this fight, or it doesn't matter? Some fighters get hyped up for it, some don't really care, some just do it because they love it. Where are you at on that?
It's a mix of both. I'm super excited and ready to get out there. I love to compete. Ever since I got into martial arts, I found out I was a competitor, and that's why I do this. But of course I'm nervous. I'm nervous of letting down my teammates and my family. I'm nervous of not looking good, not making my gym look good, but I have such incredible coaches, training partners, everything. I have so much to give me confidence that it's hard to not be confident in this bout.
So from right here, where is the outlet? Say, from the point you're doing right now, do you have where you want to go, Conor McGregor style, or you just want to kind of stop? Do you want to, what's going on there with your career? Do you want to?
For now, it's just keep fighting, build up a good, solid amateur record, and then I'm leaning towards going professional, maybe trying to get into the big shows, 1FC, Bellator, UFC, just whatever comes my way. I like short-term goals. For me, as much as I love a big, I want to get in the UFC, I want to be champion type of goal, I like small term. All right, I'm going to beat this guy, and then I'm going to beat this guy, and then I'm going to become an amateur champion, and then I'm going to become a professional champion. Because I like to think of it as a ladder. If I can climb this ladder rung by rung, of course I'll reach my dream. But if I just try to jump from one rung to the next 5 up, I probably won't make it.
Do you have more of a preference? Is it MMA or is it jiu-jitsu, or do you love both of them? Or?
Yeah, I mean, jiu-jitsu is my first love when it comes to martial arts, and it still is. Like, once I'm done with fighting, I will definitely go back to pure jiu-jitsu and probably put the gi on a lot more. But for now, I would like to cut my teeth as a fighter and, also do a lot of grappling matches, kind of like my friend and teammate Matt Ferrolo or David Zellner. Both of them are professional fighters, very good professional fighters that are also very active on the sub-only grappling scene. So that's kind of the model I would like to follow myself.
Training with Fusion, what have you picked up? Skill-wise.
Tons of wrestling and top pressure. Coming into Fusion as a purple belt, I was a very solid guard player, and I liked leg locks. I had an okay understanding of top position, but ever since I started training with Julian and Coach Bill and the rest of the studs here at Fusion, my top game has just gone through the roof. I'm able to really pin guys to the mat, my size and bigger. I'm able to really just make them suffer and make them bend to my will. Instead of just having to follow their motion and maybe catch them to submission, I can, enforce my will and really just, have my way with them.
Ask stylistic wise, do you have a style that you prefer, or do you watch other MMA fighters? Do you try to emulate their styles? Where does Brock stand right now?
Right now, because I come from a grappling base, I tend to find myself, especially in the stand-up, I like to come forward. I like to get in exchanges, even though, you know, I like to subscribe to the GSP school of thought, and you know, you don't want to get hit. Just, you know, get in and out, good defense, use the takedown, use my jiu-jitsu. But I've started to fall in love with the stand-up, and I like to get in exchanges, and I like to hit big counter shots. But if I'm really gonna if I'm gonna model myself after someone, like my teammates David Zellner, my coach Julian Williams, very just solid top pressure, good wrestling, just grinder style. Just, you know, wear guys out with the pressure and then just take over the fight from there.
So I would say your fight is a few weeks out. Do you have anything else prepared? Do you wait? Are you gonna have a difficult weight cut? Are you right where you want to be? How's it?
I'm actually really solid on my weight because I cut weight in hopes that I could get a fight last weekend. I'm just now starting to get back to my natural walking weight, so I only have a small, not very hard cut ahead of me, and as long as I keep on my diet, I'll be strolling into weigh-ins really not feeling too bad at all.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you for this.
Thank you.
It's a quick interview, and I'm going to be giving some updates. So thank you for taking the time out every day for